Reggae Interviews. Word sound.
DJ 745 from Reggae Interviews here, backstage with a man that does not need any introduction. I want to welcome you to the Reggae Interviews channel, Larry McDonald. How are we doing today, sir?
I am feeling pretty good, sir. And this is a great concert that we just did. And I'm happy to be back with the Skatalites, so to speak. Because, like, for the past 30, 40 years, I've been off doing other stuff. You know. But I was playing with Tommy and Roland before there wasn't a Skatalites. So now the current crew figured that actually in effect makes me a retroactive Skatalite. They figured that if I wasn't off doing other stuff out of the island, I'd already have been a Skatalite. So they called me, and I met Flo, and I met Frenchie, and each expressed the idea that they really thought I should be with the Skatalites, and they couldn't figure out why didn't somebody call me. Well, eventually somebody did. And here I am.
It brings us here to Reggae Jam, where the Skatalites put on an amazing performance this evening.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty good. I was feeling pretty good because I had visa issues.
Okay.
Trying to get over here. And this is the second gig. And like, I'm ready, you know. I'm ready.
I mean, when we look at a festival like Reggae Jam, when you look out into the crowd, what goes through your mind? Because we have people of all ages, race, colors, all embracing the music of the Skatalites. You know, the what I'm going to call the golden age of Jamaican music.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I pretty much say that. You have to try and look at it from the point of view of somebody who was a practicing musician before any of this came down the pike. Any ska, any rocksteady, any reggae. You know, I'm not on rocksteady records because I spent most of the rocksteady era in Mexico.
Okay.
I went to Mexico in '67 when the rocksteady had just begun. I came back in '69, it was reggae. You know, so I missed the whole rocksteady era, and all the stuff that I was working out in my head when I play rocksteady tune, I still play them. You know, but sadly, it's a pity rocksteady went. Rocksteady was groovy, man. Yeah.
You know, the one thing that I always sort of feel is that the rocksteady genre really was there, like you said, from '67 for a maximum of 2 years, but the quality of the productions, the music lives on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, with Linted, Hux Brown, the Jackie Jackson. Nobody ever talks about Jackie Jackson. Jackie is one of the most important bass players in Jamaican history. I'm not talking reggae history, I'm talking Jamaican music history. And everybody's 15 million other bass players, and nobody said, look, Jackie Jackson was the Mac Daddy, is the Mac Daddy of them all. You know? Like,
I mean, you've done so much in your lifetime, and you still continue to give to the music. What inspires you to keep doing what you're doing?
The fact that I can't believe that people are still going for my shit. but seriously, the fact that at my age, I'm still able to do it and hopefully, bring like new stuff to the music every time I play.
Tonight,
it's my music, man, and like I'm so happy playing. It took me a real long circle to get back to it. Yeah. Let me tell you something. As a percussionist, I don't think any instrument had a harder time inserting themselves into the music than a conga player. Tell me any conga player out there right now that's playing reggae music that's like into it. Look, Third World had a conga player and he left. They didn't get another one. Steel Pulse, when Fanso left, they didn't get nobody else. I mean, so when you look back at the history of conga players in reggae music, there's a boneyard full of them suckers. But yet, the fact that this was what I wanted to play overrode everything else, right?
Right.
I wanted to do this, and I had a chance to learn to play. And see, I used to play on the North Coast on the hotel circuit. Cecil Lloyd was like my mentor, the great Cecil Lloyd. And when he took me on the North Coast, the kind of musicians that I was exposed to, I was totally unworthy to be even in the same room with them and talking about I'm a musician. Like all the names you see on the record jackets: Carl McClacken, Jackie Willisey, Deadly Headley Bennett, Herman Marquis, all these guys you see on the back of record. I was in the Cecil Lloyd band when they passed through there, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, we had a house, and you got up. Nobody told you to do this, but you'd hear somebody over in the banana plantation beside the house practicing, and you can't let that go. I mean, you gotta
get a curiosity.
Yeah, you gotta go play till it got to a part where you didn't want to be the last man going over there to,
Yeah.
You put all this kind of pressure on yourself, man. But that taught me a whole lot, and to be exposed to that at the era that when the music was changing from whatever it was before. Because as a conga drummer, I wanted to play that whole Afro-Cuban stuff. I mean, I was totally into it. That's where the congas was. When I saw my first Cuban band, that was a whole different thing. I'll never forget, it was the Caribou Rios Hotel, and they brought over a Cuban band, Humberto Cobo. When I saw that what I was trying to play on one drum was being played by a timbale player, a bongo player, a conga player, a cowbell player, a maracas player, a guijarra player, a clave player. And see, I wasn't looking at it in terms of components. All I heard was this sound. And I'm trying to play something that suggests all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I had no idea how out of my depth I was. If I hadn't known what I had to go through before I got here, I'd have go out and sell shoes or something like that. You know, but the music wouldn't let me. Because drums chose me, I didn't choose drums.
Right.
You know, and I've never forgotten that. You know, I just had to find something to play in this new music that was coming down the road like a fucking freight train. It was going to level everything, and you could feel it, you know, and nobody was trying to like take my instrument and integrate it, whatever you had to do. And I set out to do that, and that has been my life work. For me to do that, I had to go back to the roots of it all, you know, the kumina, the mento, the buru, the nyabing. I had to go back to all that. And what I had to do was I had to translate the essence of that to the Congo so that the people I'm playing with have the same feeling. Even though they're hearing a sound that's not associated with that. But you know, so it's like a balancing act. Because not everybody wanted that shit in their music anyway. You know, but I would not deny this. Look, if I was born to do anything, it was this. Took me a while to find it, but I accepted. I accepted because I'm here. I was 85 years old last month, and I'm on tour with freaking Skatalites, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
So I have to believe that it's not just me. It's like the little whole fate and
It was destined.
Destiny, or whatever you want to call it. But when I look at it, I have to accept that, look, it's not just me. I didn't do this alone.
No.
I was nudged into it, led into it, thought I chose it.
But it chose you.
Yeah, you know, because it's like I didn't have a teacher, you know, and I got a drum. I got this drum from my sister's boyfriend, and right about the time when I decided that this was what I was going to do for the rest of my life, and I moved from the country into Kingston, I went to look for my sister, and her boyfriend is up there talking about he had a drum.
Okay.
And I'm saying, okay. Yeah. I took that sucker's drum, he never saw it again in life. He never even saw it again. Okay. And I proceeded to try to get the secrets out of the drum myself. I didn't have a teacher. Nobody said, the beauty about not having a teacher is that nobody said, no, you can't do that. No, you run over the precipice yourself and break your ass, and then you know you're not to do that. You know?
I mean, tonight was the second time that I had the honor of seeing Larry McDonald on stage. The first time was in Kingston, Jamaica with Jesse Royal at an Unplugged. I was at that, and Savannah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing that really put a smile on my face. You, alongside Hector Roots Lewis, who is the new wave, playing together.
Yeah, Hector, Hector's special to me, right? I'm at my house one day, and my phone rings, and he introduces himself.
Okay.
And he's just got a deal with Tycoon Percussion.
I remember that.
I had a deal with Tycoon Percussion, so they said, look, you need to get a hold of Larry. He's living in New York, and he's been with us, and blah, blah, blah. He calls me, and he's up in the Bronx, and I'm down in the East Village. And he's saying he's gonna come and check me out, you know. I didn't know he's going to come and check me out now. That's how into it he was. So I said, okay, I told him where to come. And, he started talking about one of the things that got him interested in percussion was that stuff on Cherry O Baby. And we kept talking and stuff. But it occurred to me after a while that he didn't know that it was I who did that stuff on Cherry O Baby. So the next time he mentioned it, I said, oh, that's my stuff. He said, you, uncle? He said, you know how long may I look for you?
No, we definitely have to give thanks to some of the younger percussion players. Junior Congo of the Uprising Band. Again, another great contribution that he's putting into the works right now. And of course Hector as well. And all the other people, the players of instruments, the younger kids.
But what look, it's like it skipped a couple of generations.
Of course.
And I hope that my persevering through all that down period maybe made somebody say, oh, hey, if this guy's been doing this for quite a few years, maybe we can do it too. I love this shit. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Mm-hmm. And I imagine it must be a joy to be working with some of the elders that are within the Skatalites right now. Vin Gordon, Val Douglas. How does it feel to you right now to be still on stage working with some of the greats?
Oh, it's like some of them saw how I related to the original Skatalites. Because when they come to town, and Tommy calls me, I just want to know where and what time. It's never how I'm get there, how much I'm get. It's never any of that. Because they allowed me to come on their bandstand and play my piddly little stuff until I got to a point, where they, it was so cool. Like I be playing, and I do something, and I see Tommy look around at me and smile and shit. Don't pay me, sucker. I'm good. I'm good, And I look around me, and I'm kind of a link to that era, And for whatever reason, I'm the one of those who is still left out here. And my responsibility hasn't diminished, It's like, okay, we waited on you and pushed you and did it to get to this point so that you could
I hear what you're saying.
And I'm never, that's never far from my mind how lucky I am, to have been in the situation that I'm in. Because when you're coming through and there's not another conga player who is really doing this or who's even trying to like put together something to go with this new music that's I mean, getting set to just trample every fucking thing. You know? And I'm saying, wow, I can't be the only one.
True.
You know? I said, I can't be the only one. And when Hector called me, I said, oh. It's that kind of feeling.
Yeah. Well, look, I have to really give my thanks for some of your time today. I want to continue this reasoning another time as well, but I know today time is short. From myself, I really give thanks.
Look, I'm going to give you my number, and I'm on WhatsApp.
Okay.
And we can, anytime you want to continue this, or start a new thread or whatever, call me, man, because that's why I'm still here.
All right. We're definitely going to do that. But once again, give thanks for the great performance tonight with the Skatalites, and we're looking forward to seeing you once again.
Reggae Interviews. Word, sound, power.